Coach, it's Coach Simpson. Appreciate you tuning into my YouTube channel. This video is kind of a continuation on the theme of something I've been working on this week. So if this is your first video to watch, you may want to go back and watch the first two videos that deal with the idea of teaching conceptual football. Our concepts are more valuable than just plays. And what I mean by that, again, just as a refresher, is that we don't teach, 28 sweep, or we don't teach 32 trap, or we don't teach where you have these numbers and this hole this goes to. We've moved to more of a fluid system by going to concepts and words. So for instance, we're using counter as our example. We don't call 47 counter reverse, we just say counter. And then we want to run it with a different player, we tag who gets it. If we want to adjust our blocking, we have these different words we use to adjust the blocking. The concept never changes. We're going to run the ball in this area that's dependent on the defense. We may make a few adjustments in our blocking depending on the problems we have. And we may run with a different player, but it's going to end up there. Well, now we're going to take it into that RPO world, okay, and look at how that ties in with the idea of concepts and plays. We're starting to put them all together. I call this the blend, where you can do motions, you can do shifts. We're going to talk about RPOs, all right? So the first, most simple RPO, which is not really an RPO, it's more of what I call a divorce concept. It's like taking the free candy or handing the ball off, is the simple screens. So let's say we get out here, we're wanting to run counter right here. So we're going to tell our quarterback he's going to look at maybe the leverage of this apex defender. If that guy's playing in, okay, then we're going to take the screen out here. And that could be a bubble, it could be an arrow route, that could be a fast screen, that could be whatever you throw well and you catch well. If you throw it, you get it out there, and you're going to make this guy widen. All right? It's pretty much the whole theory of the Baylor offense with those giant wide splits is to make this guy decide what's he going to do. If you want to come in here and make plays on counter, then we're going to throw that ball out there to get you out. Okay, so I'm not even going to draw up how we would look at that, but that's basically the first level of an RPO is some kind of now screen, or it could be some kind of bubble screen, or even just a shoot route with blocking over there, where we know pre-snap what we're going to do. Okay, so now again, it is an RPO, but really, in my mind, they're kind of divorced. They're concepts that were just brought together for this play. So we're bringing the concept of a screen and the concept of counter and kind of putting a little dash in between them. And we're going to run one or the other. These two guys are running screen. All of these guys are running counter. The quarterback or the coach, depending on how you want to handle that, makes the decision. Okay? The second thing you can do is you can start looking at, okay, we actually want to do some post-snap true RPOs off a counter. Now, counter, the way we run it is a little bit different because we are double handoffing, but the way we do it is we start making it a QB read. So we'll look at a Playside RPO, we'll look at a backside RPO, and you're only limited on the RPO world by your own imagination, okay? The RPO, in my opinion, RPO started as a way to answer problems, a way to clean up the box, a way to make sure you can get out of a bad play, a way to answer a player that's giving you problems. So if we want to read a play side RPO, okay, so something coming over here, play side where we're running the ball, okay, a lot of times what we would do is we would go empty. All right, so we're going to get into now a trips look here, and we're going to read, depending on how we want to go through all of it, we usually will read here to here. So here's a quick example of it, okay? We're going to run a bubble screen here. We're going to send him on the block, send him here. And the quarterback is going to read this player at the snap of the ball, okay? Because what we're going to do is block counter with our line. Here he comes on counter. QB looks right here. If this player goes with the bubble, then we are looking to run the ball with our quarterback or hand it off, depending on the look we get. So let's say we have a 5 front or 4 front. If this guy flies, we shuffle it off on counter. If this guy sits still, or maybe he comes in here, we throw the bubble. It's a post-snap RPO. Okay, if we have a 4 front team or 3 front team where we get this look, this is even better. A lot of times this guy's our force player, so we're going to read one to the other. So the QB actually will take the ball, kind of halfway roll, and all we're looking at is here. If he runs at the QB, throw the bubble. If he takes off to cover bubble, the QB looks to run, and then here comes our second read. If somebody, it could be whoever, decides to come fit on the quarterback, we're going to shuffle that thing right here underneath, and now we have a play going that direction. Again, don't fall in love with just the play, although if you do want to see this, I've got it in my playbook. I've also got it in the double handoff PowerPoint. Both are on my website if you want to get in depth on how that works. I'm just using it as an example for the idea of how to start blending concepts together. All right? If you want to do a backside RPO, so you kind of evaluate on the backside, who is the problem for us? So the way we do it, and there are a lot of ways you can do it, usually our biggest problem resides right there. So we're going to do some kind of empty again formation. Again, you're running the ball with your wing, so we're going to block counter. And then our backside read is just like it would be on zone read or any other read. We're going to read the 9 technique. If he squats, we hand the ball off. If he follows, we yank the ball, and with the receiver here, we do a nice little clear out route in case we get that full triple option. If this guy decides to squeeze, quarterback pulls and runs. If that guy decides to sit, we hand the ball off. Again, these are just RPOs, and of course we always have that deep ball, the corner, for whatever reason, leaves them alone. These are just backside and play side post-snap RPOs. The concept counter did not change. It didn't change for any of our blockers. It didn't change for our runners. The only guy it really changed for was the quarterback. And then we marry these things in with screens or with whatever else we might have. Hopefully you got a little bit out of this as far as teaching football conceptually and why that can be a big factor. I didn't even use formations or motions, which is the next part of this, because now we can make the same concept look like a gazillion plays. That's why when you watch college football, Lincoln Riley's got a napkin he's calling plays off of. Mike Leach has a napkin he's calling plays off of, because all of his concepts have built-in adjustments, and they can dress it up however they want to dress it up to get to where they want to get. You watch Coastal Carolina, one of my favorite offenses to watch, same idea. We're on the same concepts out of millions of different looks, so it looks like this huge expansive playbook. The reality is, it's really the same concepts that have been taught to the kids. Very difficult to defend. Again, if you'd like more information on my specific offense, you go to my website, a lot on there. You can go through this YouTube channel, a lot on here as well. Would love to see examples of you guys using conceptual football. If you want to drop in the comments or ask questions in the comments, appreciate if you'd like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping to continue to put out at least a couple videos each week. This week was on this. We'll have a different theme for next week. Appreciate your time.